and welcome to 12 to Your Health. I'm Carissa Lawson in this week for Dr. Derek De Silva. The holidays are a great time for family caregivers visiting loved ones to pick up on signs that an older family member or friend may need extra help to remain safe at home. Changes can be subtle, but catching certain red flags can be a lifesaver. Here to talk about some of those signs to look for are Steve and Andrea Sussman, owners of the Home Instead Senior Care Office. It serves Morris and Passaic counties. They're also creators of the new free Senior Solution Center in Susquehanna. Welcome to the show, both of you.
Thank you.
Let's first talk about just how difficult it must be for someone to realize that their older parent just can no longer take care of themselves.
Absolutely. Often family caregivers are so busy with everyday life that it's really easy to overlook the subtle signs that the senior loved one may be needing more help. The holidays are a great time because family caregivers are often returning to their childhood homes to spend time with their senior loved one. It's often a great time to see those subtle signs.
And I imagine that those signs are something that they themselves don't pick up on themselves, right?
They don't. They go through their everyday life thinking everything is fine. It's not until a loved one comes home who may not have seen their parent for some time and those signs kind of stand out to them.
We're going to talk about those signs in just a minute, but first, how should you talk to your senior or elderly loved one about some of these things that are happening, their struggles?
One thing to remember is they are still your parents and they need to be treated with that dignity and that respect. There are difficult topics to sometimes approach with your parents, and to communicate that properly is sometimes a difficult task.
And those signs that we mentioned earlier, you guys call it something. Look and see list?
Mm-hmm.
Is that right?
Yes.
Let's go through some of them. Look in the refrigerator, in the freezer.
Yes,
what are we doing
we're
there?
looking for spoiled food. You want to check dates, expiration dates. Look to see if there's any fresh food. Often, if there's a lot of junk food, that's a sign that the senior isn't eating nutritiously.
And on top of furniture and countertops as well?
Sure, if you find that the home is a little bit more unkempt, a little dustier, a little less clean than it might normally be, again, it's a sign that perhaps the senior loved one is a little depressed, a little unaware of their environment.
What about floors and stairways? What kind of signs can you tell there?
We'd be looking for spills, things if that would indicate that the senior loved one was unable to carry a drink from one room to the next, a cup of coffee. You're looking for spills on the floor, and you're also looking for safety hazards such as area rugs that are bunched up and other cracked steps, things like that, broken handrails.
And what about the mail? When you look through their mail, what are you looking for in those circumstances?
Oh, the mail is a really key indicator. If you're going through the mail and there are unpaid bills that are coming up, late notices, collection notices, it could be an indicator that perhaps your senior loved one is a little confused. They're not quite sure if they've paid the bill. They looked at the bill, why the bill is even there. That's definitely a big indicator.
It's very an alarming sign.
And I would imagine that their appearance is another alarming sign too. Very
Absolutely.
easy to pick up on that.
Absolutely. You're looking for dirty or unkempt clothing, physical appearance not as tidy as one might normally look. That's a sign of depression. It could be a sign of oncoming dementia. Huge indicator.
And medicine cabinets as well?
Oh, medicine cabinets, absolutely. Look at prescriptions, look at refill dates, actually count pills. That way you'll be able to tell if your loved one is taking their medication. Perhaps they're forgetting to take their medication, they're forgetting to refill a prescription. That can obviously have a grave effect on their health.
Okay. Let's talk a little bit about the Senior Solution Center that you guys have created. Tell me a little bit about that and how that's helping seniors.
The Senior Solution Center is something that we created and thought about and opened free to the community as a public service. It is a one-stop local resource to help empower and educate family caregivers and their senior loved ones.
And tell me just how this is helping so far. I mean, it's fairly brand new.
Yes, absolutely. We just opened in October of this
Yeah.
past year. We have a variety of topics. We have both print information and online information pertaining to many different senior-related issues, such as caring for the caregiver, health and wellness, elder care law issues, multi-generational housing, several other types of things, coping with Alzheimer's and dementia, We also run a support group there that is a family education workshop and support group for the family caregiver in the community.
Definitely something that the people in the community need desperately, especially as seniors are living longer and longer these days, right?
One of the main things we hear is we don't know where to go for resources.
Right. Okay, we appreciate it so much. Thank you both so much for being with us.
Oh, thank you.
Okay. All right, well, they affect as many as 75% of women. After the break.